Hey friends, welcome back to another video. Today we're in Niagara-on-the-Lake checking out two breweries, the Grist and Silversmith Brewing. We're trying some craft beers, digging in some delicious food, and finding out if these spots are worth a visit. Our first stop is the Grist. Located in St. David's, right in the heart of Niagara wine country, the Grist Craft Kitchen and Brewery opened in 2021 inside a beautifully restored fruit packing barn that's more than 70 years old. The brewery brought brewing back to the community after nearly 2 centuries and has quickly become a local favorite thanks to its house-made beers, huge comfort food portions, and welcoming atmosphere. They're especially known for their gourmet pizzas, loaded tater tot nachos, known as tachos, and their signature 1836 red cream ale, which pays tribute to the area's brewing history.
I have a strawberry cider. Oh, buddy.
Of course, we came here to try some drinks, and we tried the strawberry cider that our friend ordered. This had a really nice natural strawberry flavor and not overly sweet or artificial tasting. Mike and I decided to get a flight each, because what better way to try the Grist options than getting a variety? First up is their Italian Pilsner called Where to Begin. Brewed with Orecchia malt from the Adriatic coast and dry hopped with sapphire hops, this beer is crisp and refreshing with floral and citrus notes. Mike thought it was just okay and said he's had better Pilsners. I wasn't much of a fan of this one either. Next up is their Horchata Wit, which is a seasonal release. The aroma is very cinnamon forward, but the cinnamon flavor itself isn't overpowering. It's actually a pretty light and easy drinking beer. Mike found it to be an interesting brew. Next is their London Fog White Stout. Conditioned with Earl Grey tea and vanilla, this beer has a smooth, creamy finish with subtle tea notes throughout. Honestly, it tastes like an Earl Grey tea mixed with beer. It's not something we'd rush to order again, but it was very unique and enjoyable. The creamy finish was definitely a highlight. Next is the Fruit and Sour, another seasonal release. This one has very juicy aromas and tastes almost exactly like passion fruit juice. There's very little acidity, making it more approachable than a lot of traditional sours. This was really delicious, one of our favorite sours we've ever had. Next is their 1836 Red Cream Ale. This smooth ale blends caramel and biscuit malt flavors with a creamy finish and a touch of sweetness. I picked up a strong biscuit flavor, but I found it a little more bitter than I expected. Personally, I prefer red ales with a creamier finish. Next is the Trailhead Red. It's very similar to the 1836, but this one has a little more zip to it and a creamier finish. The caramel notes come through much stronger as well. Between the two red ales, I definitely prefer the Trailhead Red. Next up is the Smoked Scottish Ale. The aroma is incredibly smoky. Honestly, it almost smells like beef jerky. This might be one of the most unique beers we've ever tried. It's smoky, caramel forward, and it completely confused my brain. Not in a bad way, it's just weird, but somehow it works. Mike was a big fan of this one.
Smoking!
Last up is their Seasonal Pumpkin Ale. This amber red ale combines pumpkin and pumpkin pie spices with sweet notes of cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove. This is probably one of my favorite pumpkin ales I've ever had so far. It actually tastes more apple forward than pumpkin forward to me, which I really liked, and that's probably why it's one of the better ones for me. It's incredibly fall inspired, and I can definitely see why it's popular. Now moving on to the food. The Grist focuses on elevated comfort food with a strong pub-style influence. Their menu features gourmet pizzas, burgers, tacos, wings, sandwiches, hearty pasta dishes, and a handful of creative shareables. Portions here are known for being generous, so come hungry. We started things off with their baked brie-za. This is baked brie atop their house-made dough with seasonal compote, honey, caramelized onions, cracked pistachios, and figs. The dough was nice and crispy, and you could definitely tell it was house-made. All the flavors work really well together. The sweetness from the honey paired perfectly with the fruit and creamy brie, making it a really balanced appetizer. For Mike's main, he got the baked chicken parm ziti. This is a breaded chicken breast baked with house-made marinara and fresh mozzarella on a bed of ziti, finished with parsley. The chicken stayed crispy while remaining tender inside, and there were lots of herbs throughout the dish. The ziti was just slightly overcooked and could have been a little bit more al dente, but the marinara was simple, fresh, and really tasty. I ordered the smoked tuna taco trio. These come with smoked ahi tuna, lettuce, sriracha mayo, pickled red cabbage, radishes, and microgreens and flour tortillas. These were fantastic. Everything tasted incredibly fresh, and the heat was definitely not subtle. The smoked tuna had an amazing flavor, and even though these were setting my mouth on fire a little bit, I couldn't stop eating them because they were just so good. I would absolutely order these again. We had a great experience here. There are tons of food options that looked amazing. Both of our meals were delicious and the prices felt pretty reasonable for the portion sizes. The beers were very unique, the atmosphere was great, and the staff was incredibly friendly. If you're looking for a brewery with creative food and wide range of beer styles, the Grist is definitely worth checking out. Next up is Silversmith Brewing. Located in the village of Virgil, Silversmith Brewing has been a Niagara craft beer staple since 2011. What makes this brewery truly unique is its home, a beautifully restored 130-year-old church complete with original brickwork, exposed beams, and stunning stained glass windows. They're best known for their award-winning black lager, one of Canada's most celebrated Schwarz beers, and have built a reputation for producing approachable, high-quality beers alongside great food and a welcoming beer hall atmosphere. We started things off with their nut brown ale. This mahogany-colored brown ale carries notes of chocolate, roasted hazelnuts, and caramel before finishing dry and smooth. This was more my style than Mike's. It feels like a cold weather beer even though it's available year-round. The caramel and chocolate notes really stand out and make for a cozy drinking experience.
Do I look okay? Do I look good? How's my hair?
Can't see any of it. It's definitely more of like a this time of the weather kind of drink. Yeah. Next was the tropical situation. This American Pale Ale smells like summer in a glass. Right away, you're hit with pineapple, citrus, and a hint of pine. It's crisp, refreshing, and packed with tropical fruit flavor. This was basically the complete opposite of the nut brown ale. Then we tried their Alter Ego IPA. This one delivers lots of tropical fruit and citrus on the nose with a smooth, creamy finish. It's somewhat similar to Tropical Situation, but this one leaned more into the orange flavors. I ended up liking this one slightly more. Next up was their famous beer, the Black Lager. This is the beer that put Silversmith on the map and has become one of Canada's most award-winning Schwarzbiers. You get flavors of toasted malt, chocolate, and coffee throughout. We weren't huge fans of it, but that's more because darker beers aren't typically our thing. We actually ended up gifting one of Mike's grandfathers one of these who likes darker brews, and he absolutely loved it. So if dark lagers are your style, we can definitely understand why this one has such a loyal following. Next was the Extra Special Bitter. This starts with smooth biscuit and caramel notes before transitioning into earthy English hops. It's definitely bitter, but surprisingly smooth. At times it almost reminded us of a sour, which was unexpected. We've tried a few of their beers back home from the liquor store, and the one that really stands out is their Motueka Pilsner. This single hop New Zealand Pilsner is loaded with bright citrus notes and has a really refreshing finish. A very easy sipping beer, which makes you want another one. Now let's move on to the food. In partnership with Camp Kitchen, they serve up creative comfort food that's every bit as impressive as the beer. The menu is packed with elevated pub fare, including shareables, tacos, sandwiches, and other comfort food favorites that pair perfectly with their brews. We started off with their whipped feta. This comes with whipped Ontario feta, fried onion, house chili crisp, scallions, honey, and focaccia. This was delicious. We actually liked this even more than the version that we had at Bench Brewing. If you haven't seen that video yet, definitely check it out too. The combination of sweet honey and spicy chili crisp worked really well together. We would definitely order this one again.
It was really good.
And that might even be a little bit better than Bench's.
So far, I think so. For my main, I ordered the crispy tofu tacos. These featured crispy seasoned tofu, fresh corn, a cilantro creamy drizzle, and pickled beet slaw. I ordered them without the cilantro drizzle, which probably could have added a bit more flavor, but I'm just not that much of a cilantro fan. They started off a little mild, but the pickled beets really carried the dish. They added a great crunch along with a sweet and tangy flavor that I enjoyed. Mike ordered the buffalo chicken sandwich. This features a massive fried chicken breast tossed in buffalo sauce and topped with melted gorgonzola cheese, lettuce, and pickles, even though Mike skipped on the pickles. He really enjoyed this one too. This chicken was juicy, crispy, and the buffalo sauce packed a nice amount of heat. The gorgonzola added a rich, creamy contrast that really worked well. We really enjoyed our visit here. The atmosphere was fantastic. We love that they had Happy Days playing on the TV. They had board games available to play, and the staff was incredible. The food was creative, the beers were great, and the building itself is worth visiting just to see the incredible architecture. This is one of those places where you can get comfortable and spend an afternoon hanging out with friends here and trying new different brews. All right, friends, thanks for watching another food/brew review. Let us know down below where else you'd like us to try, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one as always.